Something inside you has been shifting, Aries. You can feel it even if you cannot name it yet. A restlessness that is different from the usual kind. Not the anxious, scattered energy that used to drive you in circles, but something deeper. Something that feels like preparation. Like the ground beneath your feet is gathering strength before it launches you upward. This is not ordinary restlessness, Aries. This is your spirit signaling that it is ready for more. More purpose. More impact. More alignment with the life you were always meant to live. And the 10 signs we are about to explore will show you whether you are truly ready for the bigger leap that the universe has been preparing for you. Listen carefully, because some of these signs are so quiet, so subtle, that you might have been experiencing them for months without realizing what they meant. But once you see them, once you understand the pattern, everything will start to make sense. Sign 1. You have outgrown environments that used to feel like home. There are places in your life that used to bring you comfort. A job that felt secure. A social circle that felt familiar. A routine that felt stable. But lately those places have started to feel wrong. Not dangerous or hostile, just insufficient. Like wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small. You can still walk in them, but every step reminds you that they no longer fit. This is not ingratitude, Aries. This is evolution. And it is one of the clearest signs that a bigger leap is coming. Because growth always announces itself first through discomfort. Before the butterfly emerges, it must outgrow the cocoon. Before the seed becomes a tree, it must break through the soil. Before you can leap into your next chapter, you must first feel the walls of your current one pressing in on you. That pressing, that tightness, that feeling of being contained by spaces that used to feel spacious. It is not something going wrong. It is everything going right. Your spirit is expanding, Aries. And the environments that could hold the old version of you simply cannot contain the new one. Pay attention to where you feel this discomfort most acutely. Is it in your work, where tasks that used to challenge you now feel routine? Is it in your relationships, where conversations that used to stimulate you now feel shallow? Is it in your daily life, where the rhythms that used to bring you peace now feel like prisons? Wherever you feel it, that is where the leap is coming. That is where the universe is telling you that something bigger, something more aligned with who you are becoming, is waiting for you on the other side. Do not resist the discomfort, Aries. Lean into it. Let it guide you, because it is not trying to break you. It is trying to birth you. Sign 2. You have stopped seeking approval before making decisions. There was a time, perhaps not so long ago, when you needed someone else to validate your choices before you felt confident enough to act on them. A friend, a family member, a partner, a mentor. Someone whose opinion carried enough weight to tip the scale between action and hesitation. But that time is passing, Aries. Maybe it has already passed. Because lately you have noticed something different in the way you make decisions. You listen to your own voice first. You consider your own values, your own instincts, your own vision for your life. And then you decide. Not recklessly, not impulsively, but with a quiet authority that does not need external confirmation to feel real. This shift is enormous, Aries. Because the need for approval was never really about getting good advice. It was about outsourcing your confidence. About giving someone else the responsibility for your choices so that if things went wrong, you would not have to blame yourself. But you have grown past that defense mechanism. You have reached a point where you trust your own judgment enough to stand behind it, even when other people disagree, even when the outcome is uncertain, even when every voice around you is saying one thing and your heart is saying another. That trust, Aries, is the foundation of every great leap. Because you cannot launch yourself into the unknown if you are still looking over your shoulder for permission. You cannot fly if you are still asking someone else whether it is safe to spread your wings. The fact that you have stopped seeking approval is not arrogance. It is readiness. It is your spirit declaring that it is prepared to take full responsibility for its own path. And that declaration, Aries, is exactly what the universe has been waiting to hear. Sign 3. You are drawn to things that scare you in a good way. Fear has always been a complicated companion for Aries. Your natural instinct is to charge through it, to confront it head-on, to prove that nothing can hold you back. But there is a different kind of fear showing up in your life right now. And it does not feel like an enemy. Feels like an invitation. It is the fear you feel when you think about starting that project you have been dreaming about for years. The fear that surfaces when you imagine having that honest conversation you have been avoiding. The fear that whispers to you in the quiet moments, reminding you that the life you truly want is waiting on the other side of the courage you have not yet summoned. This fear is not a warning, Aries. It is a compass. It is pointing you directly toward the things that matter most, the things that have the power to transform your life in ways that comfort never could. And the fact that you are drawn to these things instead of running from them is one of the strongest signs that you are ready for a bigger leap. Because the old version of you would have avoided this kind of fear, would have talked yourself out of the dream, would have convinced yourself that the risk was not worth the reward. But the version of you that is emerging right now sees things differently. This version understands that the best things in life are always guarded by a certain amount of fear, and that the willingness to walk toward that fear, not around it, not over it, but directly through it, is what separates those who dream from those who live. You are ready to live, Aries. The fear you are feeling is not a stop sign. It is a starting line. Sign 4. Your tolerance for mediocrity has completely disappeared. You used to be able to accept things that were good enough. A relationship that was fine but not fulfilling. A job that paid the bills but did not light up your soul. A daily routine that kept you comfortable but never challenged you to grow. For years that was enough. Or at least you told yourself it was enough. But lately, Aries, something has shifted so fundamentally inside you that mediocrity has become physically unbearable. You cannot sit through conversations that lack depth without feeling your energy drain. You cannot spend time on tasks that feel meaningless without a growing sense of frustration that borders on rebellion. You cannot pretend to be satisfied with a life that is merely adequate when every cell in your body is screaming for something extraordinary. This zero tolerance for mediocrity is not you being difficult. It is not you being ungrateful or unrealistic or too demanding. It is your spirit recognizing that you were built for more. That the fire inside you was not given to you so that you could warm a small room. It was given to you so that you could light up the world. And any situation that asks you to dim that fire, to contain it, to pretend it is smaller than it is, that situation has become incompatible with who you are becoming. Pay attention to this feeling, Aries. Do not dismiss it as restlessness or dissatisfaction. It is your compass recalibrating. It is pointing you away from everything that is too small for you, and toward the expansive, challenging, magnificent life that has been waiting for you to claim it. Your intolerance for mediocrity is the fuel for your next leap. Let it burn. If what you're hearing feels accurate, imagine what could happen if you applied this energy intentionally for 21 consecutive days. That's exactly what the 21-day program in the pinned comment is built for. Daily guidance, focused direction, and real momentum. If you're tired of staying in the same cycle, this is your structure. Sign 5. You have started letting go without needing closure. This might be the most mature sign on this entire list, Aries, because for most of your life, letting go required a reason, an explanation, a final conversation, a clear ending that tied everything up in a neat bow so that you could walk away without any loose threads. But lately, you have been doing something that the old version of you would have found impossible. You have been walking away from things simply because they no longer serve you. Without drama, without confrontation, without needing the other person to understand why you are leaving. You have learned that closure is not something someone else gives you. It is something you give yourself. It is the internal decision that you are done, regardless of whether the external situation has officially ended. And that ability, Aries, to release without requiring resolution, to move on without needing permission, to close chapters in your heart even when the book is still sitting open on the table. That is the mark of someone who is ready for something bigger. Because you cannot leap forward while you are still tethered to the past. You cannot reach for what is coming if your hands are still gripping what has already gone. And the fact that you have started releasing, quietly and without fanfare, means that your hands are getting free. Your spirit is clearing space. Your soul is making room for whatever the universe is about to deliver. This is not cold, Aries. This is not detachment. This is the highest form of self-love. The willingness to let go of what no longer fits, even when it once meant everything to you. Sign 6. You feel a deep pull toward solitude but not loneliness. There is a profound difference between being alone and being lonely, and you have recently discovered it. Where solitude used to make you restless, anxious, desperate to fill the silence with noise and activity, it now feels like a sanctuary. You find yourself craving quiet mornings, long walks with no destination, Hours of uninterrupted thought where the only voice you hear is your own. This pull toward solitude is not a sign that something is wrong with you, Aries. It is a sign that something is profoundly right. Because the bigger the leap you are preparing for, the more inner preparation it requires. And inner preparation happens in silence. It happens in the spaces between conversations, in the moments between activities, in the pauses that most people fill with distractions. You are not filling those pauses anymore. You are sitting in them, breathing in them, growing in them. And in that growth, you are developing a relationship with yourself that will become the foundation for everything that comes next. Because the leap you are preparing for cannot be sustained by external support alone. It requires an inner strength that only comes from knowing yourself deeply, truly, completely. And that knowing only happens in solitude. Embrace it, Aries. This season of turning inward is not a detour from your path. It is the most important part of the journey. You are building the internal infrastructure that will support the external expansion that is coming. And that infrastructure needs quiet to form. Give it the space it needs. The world will still be there when you emerge. But you will be different. Stronger. Clearer. Ready. Sign 7. Your past mistakes no longer define how you see yourself. For years, your mistakes followed you like shadows. Every wrong turn, every failed relationship, every poor decision played on repeat in your mind, reminding you of who you used to be and what you used to do. And for a long time, those memories had power over you. They made you hesitate when you wanted to leap. They whispered that you would fail again just like before. They kept you small by constantly pointing to the evidence of your imperfection. But something has changed, Aries. Those memories are still there, but they have lost their sting. When you think about the mistakes of your past, you no longer feel shame. You feel gratitude. Because you can see now, with the clarity that only time and growth can provide, that every single one of those mistakes was a teacher. Every failure planted a seed of wisdom that is now bearing fruit. Every wrong turn gave you knowledge that you could never have gained on the right path. And every moment of brokenness showed you how strong you truly are, because you survived it all. When your past mistakes become lessons instead of labels, you are free. Free to try again without the fear of repeating what came before. Free to dream bigger without the weight of old failures holding you down. Free to leap without the voice of your history telling you that you do not deserve to fly. Aries, your past is not a prison. It is a launching pad. And the fact that you can finally see it that way means you are ready for the altitude that is coming. Some people watch. Others transform. If you want to be in the second group, the 21-day guide in the pinned comment gives you a clear step-by-step process aligned with your sign. This isn't about waiting. It's about moving. Sign 8. You have started investing in yourself without guilt. Time spent on your own growth. Money directed toward your own development. Energy poured into your own well-being. For most of your life, these things felt selfish. Like luxuries you could not justify when there were people to take care of, bills to pay, responsibilities to meet. But lately, Aries, you have started treating yourself like a priority instead of an afterthought. And you have stopped apologizing for it. You signed up for that course you have been thinking about for years. You started that morning routine that feeds your soul. You carved out time for the hobbies and practices that fill you up, even when the world was pulling you in 100 other directions. And you did it without guilt. Without the internal negotiation that used to accompany every act of self-care. Without the voice that used to whisper, "Who are you to spend time on yourself when there is so much to do for everyone else?" That guilt is gone, Aries. And its absence is revolutionary. Because investing in yourself is not selfish. It is strategic. Every dollar you spend on your growth comes back multiplied. Every hour you dedicate to your development makes you more effective in every other area of your life. Every act of self-care makes you more capable of caring for the people you love. When you invest in yourself, you are not taking from others. You are building a stronger, wiser, more capable version of yourself that has more to give than ever before. And the fact that you finally understand this, not just intellectually but in your bones, that is one of the clearest signs that you are ready for a bigger leap. Because people who do not invest in themselves are not ready for more. They are barely sustaining what they have. But people who prioritize their own growth are building the capacity for everything that is coming. And Aries, what is coming for you is big. Make sure you are ready to receive it. Sign 9. You have become comfortable with being misunderstood. There was a time when being misunderstood was one of the most painful things you could experience. When someone misjudged your intentions, questioned your character, or interpreted your actions in a way that did not reflect who you truly are. It felt like a personal attack that demanded an immediate defense. You would explain yourself relentlessly, argue your position fiercely, do whatever it took to make the other person see you the way you see yourself. But that time has passed, Aries, because you have realized something that very few people ever fully grasp. You cannot control how others perceive you. No matter how clearly you communicate, no matter how transparent you are, no matter how good your intentions, some people will misunderstand you. And that is not your problem to solve. This acceptance is deeply liberating, because the energy you used to spend defending your reputation, correcting misconceptions, and trying to make everyone understand you, that energy is now free. Free to be directed toward creation instead of correction, toward building instead of defending, toward moving forward instead of looking back at the people who got you wrong. Aries, when you can walk through the world knowing that some people will never see the real you, and being at peace with that, you have reached a level of inner security that most people only dream about. You no longer need universal approval to feel confident. You no longer need everyone to understand your choices to feel certain about them. You have become self-referencing, anchored in your own truth regardless of how the world interprets it. And that anchor, Aries, is exactly what you need for the leap ahead. Because the higher you go, the more people will misunderstand you. The bolder your moves, the more critics will appear. The bigger your vision, the more skeptics will question it. But none of that will matter because you have already made peace with being misunderstood. And that peace is your armor for everything that comes next. Sign 10. You feel a quiet certainty that something significant is approaching. This is the sign that cannot be measured, quantified, or explained to someone who has not felt it. It is a knowing that lives in the space between your thoughts, in the silence between your heartbeats, in the stillness that settles over you in the moments before sleep. You cannot point to any specific evidence. You cannot prove it with facts or logic. But you know with a certainty that goes deeper than reason, that something significant is on its way to you. This is not wishful thinking, Aries. This is not the naive optimism of someone who has not been tested by life. This is the informed, seasoned, hard-won certainty of someone who has walked through fire and emerged not just alive but awake. You have felt this before in smaller ways. The quiet knowing before a major change. The subtle shift in energy before an unexpected opportunity. The feeling that the air itself is charged with possibility, just before something extraordinary breaks through. But what you are feeling now is bigger than anything that came before. It is deeper, wider, more all-encompassing. As if every experience you have ever had, every lesson you have ever learned, every tear you have ever shed and every triumph you have ever celebrated, has been leading you to this moment. You are on the edge of something, Aries. You can feel it in your bones. And the fact that you can feel it, that you can sense it even before it arrives, that your spirit is already reaching toward it like a plant reaching toward sunlight, that is the final and most powerful sign that you are ready. Ready for the bigger leap. Ready for the life you were always meant to live. Ready for the version of yourself that has been waiting patiently and lovingly on the other side of your courage. Aries, the 10 signs we have explored today are not random occurrences. They are coordinates on a map, and that map is leading you toward the most significant transformation of your life. Every sign you recognized in yourself is a confirmation from the universe that you are not imagining this shift. It is real. It is happening. And it is happening to you because you are ready for it. Do not shrink from what is coming, Aries. Do not let the size of the leap intimidate you into staying where you are. You have been preparing for this moment for longer than you realize. Every challenge you overcame was training. Every heartbreak you survived was strengthening. Every moment of doubt you pushed through was building the courage you need right now. The leap is yours to take, Aries. And on the other side of it is a life so aligned with your fire, so perfectly matched to the brilliance of your spirit, that you will wonder why you ever hesitated. Do not wonder anymore. Just leap. The universe will catch you. It always has. And this time it will carry you higher than you have ever been before. You have two options after this video. Close it and hope things shift, or decide that the next 21 days will be different. If you choose the second, the structured 21-day transformation aligned with your sign is waiting in the pinned comment. The energy is already moving, the only question is whether you are.